needs to hear this, but pay attention to your dream. God has been speaking to you, and many of you have been ignoring the dreams that He has been showing you in the night. God has been revealing things to you, has been warning you about things. He has been confirming things to you. But somewhere along the way, you started doubting yourself. Somewhere along the way, the enemy tried to convince you that those dreams that you have been receiving are not from God. And then to make it worse, we have a lot of false teachers online saying that God does not give dreams anymore. But I want you to hear me clear, because God still speaks, and He still speaks in dreams. And before I break down how you know that a dream is from God, I want to first expose one of the biggest verses that are misused online, which is that God no longer gives dreams. And this is in Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 8 to 9, where it says, yes, this is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel says: do not let prophets and diviners among you deceive you. Do not listen to the dreams you encourage them to have. They are prophesying lies to you in my name. I have not sent them, declares the Lord. But what we have to understand is that Jeremiah 29 is a letter that God told Jeremiah to send to the Israelites who were in exile in Babylon, right? They had been taken captive by the king Nebuchadnezzar. And while they were in captivity, there were false prophets that started rising up, giving people false hope. These false prophets were saying things like, don't worry, you're gonna come back home in 2 years, right? They were giving them false comfort. But God was actually saying the opposite, and we can see that in scripture. God's true word was to settle down, to build houses, to plant gardens, right? To marry, to go and live your life, because you will be here for 70 years. But we had these false prophets saying that they were only going to be here for 2 years. So that is the context, right? The false prophets were basically giving people false comfort, right? They were giving them false hope. They were giving them false timelines. They were giving them false messages. They were telling people what they emotionally wanted to hear, but they were not telling them what God was actually saying. When verses 8 and 9 says things like, do not listen to the dreams you encourage them to have, that they are prophesying in my name, God was not saying don't listen to the dreams at night. That is a lie from the pits of hell. God was saying don't listen to these false prophets' dreams. Those dreams are nothing but emotionally manufactured fantasies. When we look up Hebrew definition, it shows that God is literally exposing man-made, self-generated, emotionally